Good, happy Saturday morning, September 12, 2015. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Let's get started. Senator Kelly Ayotte to head Senate hearing on heroin epidemic. A spike in drug overdoses in Manchester is getting federal attention as Kelly Ayotte will be in town Monday to hear about the city's drug problems firsthand. Manchester police have responded to 400 incidents of drug overdose so far this year. Five GOP presidential candidates in Granite State on Saturday. 5 Republican presidential candidates have events scheduled in New Hampshire on Saturday, September 13th. Ohio Governor John Kasich, Carly Fiorina, Senator Lindsey Graham, former Virginia Governor Jim Gilmore, and former New York Governor George Pataki each have a number of events in communities across the Granite State. New Hampshire State Cemetery pays tribute to 9/11 victims. Taps ranged out at the New Hampshire State Veterans Cemetery in Bosquen on Friday as people gathered to pay tribute to fallen soldiers and those who died in the terrorist attacks on September 11, 2001. The gathering was the 9th year for the annual event, and more than 10 color guard units marched in the celebration of freedom and honoring the victims who died 14 years ago. Granite State marks 14 years since September 11 terrorist attacks. Ceremonies were held Friday across New Hampshire to mark the 14th anniversary of the attacks of September 11, 2001. Flags were ordered to half-staff in memory of the nearly 3,000 people killed in the attacks. 14 people from New Hampshire or with ties to the state were killed that day. Graham brother McCain warned of another terrorist attack on U.S. homeland. On the 14th anniversary of 9/11 terrorist attacks on the World Trade Center and Pentagon, U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham brought the man he called the strongest voice in foreign policy in the United States to New Hampshire to try to boost his presidential candidacy. U.S. Senator John McCain, winner of the New Hampshire Republican primaries in 2000 and 2008, joined Graham in issuing dry warnings of a potential for another attack on the homeland. And McCain said Graham, who is low in the New Hampshire and nation polling should not be written off as Donald Trump soars far ahead of the GOP field. NFL says Patriots had nothing to do with headset problems. The NFL said the New England Patriots had nothing to do with the audio interference that redated the Pittsburgh Steelers coach headset, unless during the first quarter and on opening night. Credit card skimming device found on Tilton gas pump. Drivers who filled up at an Irving gas station in Tilton are being asked to check their credit card statements after a technician found a credit card skimming device on one of the pumps. Calling himself a blessed man, Rick Perry suspends presidential campaign. Former Texas Governor Rick Perry announced Friday that he is suspending his campaign for the presidency, telling a controversy group that he considered himself a blessed man. The announcement came near the end of a lengthy speech to the Eagle Forum in St. Louis and was not a surprise. Anti-overdose drug given to driver passenger after crash. State police said an anti-overdose drug had to be used to treat a driver and passenger after a van crashed into a construction site in Hampton. Police said there were no injuries in the crash Thursday on Interstate 95, but the driver was unconscious and a passenger was seen dragging around the area. Library suspends plan for anonymous internet service. A Lebanon library that offered anonymous web surfing has put the service on hold. Concerns about potential criminal activity. Group says NFL stadium projects don't bring economic benefits. Millions of taxpayer dollars are often used to build NFL stadiums, but a new report claims the new construction isn't soaring the economic touchdown local leaders promised. Taxpayers have spent at least $7 billion sequential NFL stadium projects over the past 20 years, but Crisis said it amounts to corporate welfare. Nashua woman killed in Massachusetts crash. A Nashua woman was killed in a two-car crash in Massachusetts on Friday morning. Police said the victim, who was 26, was driving a 2006 Audi A4 southbound on Interstate 93 near exit 38 in Woodbury, Massachusetts around 5:10 a.m. when she lost control and swerved from the left lane into the median, hitting the guardrail and causing the car to stop across the left lane. Phoenix 110 shooting, armed group joins hunt. The civilians, armed with guns, knives, mark, and other weapons, call themselves Bolt Force. The missing mission help authorities solve a rash of shootings along a busy stretch of Interstate 10 in downtown Phoenix and elsewhere in the Arizona capital. That does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Saturday. See you later, everyone. Goodbye.